Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, we are live. I better wake up.
Good morning. You
What's
look pretty
happening?
awake to me, Lisa.
I'm tired today, and I shouldn't be. I slept like a baby last night.
Well, don't worry. You're soon going to be on our,
I just said to my son, I said, "Hey, I gotta go. He's here with me. It's live at 11." And he goes, "It's not 11. It's only 8." And I said, "That's going to be 11 pretty soon for me."
right?
That's right. It's 11. It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
It is
12 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. Morning, AJ. How are you? Good to see everybody tuning in this morning. How was so we had a lengthy training last night, Denise. I just want to apologize.
I was in bed. Sorry.
It's all right.
I had a sinus headache yesterday, and so I finally just called it. I finally just succumbed to it and went to bed.
Hey, listen, it's okay. I just didn't have my timekeeper on board, so I went 48 minutes, I think.
Oh, geez. All right.
no.
Next Wednesday, I'll have to.
This is a training, though. It's training. It's,
Yeah.
And so I tell you, though, great comments, great feedback, and so hopefully everybody seemed to enjoy it, and
Love it.
We were talking about that brand new person, and we were talking about MJ. MJ came in on under AJ. AJ.
Yeah, I saw some comments. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so that worked out well, and so anyway, we didn't. Today, I'm going to try to be a little better.
Yeah, you are, because you'll be on this alone if you go 48 minutes.
Well, I will say that I lost some people last night after about 35 minutes. So,
Yeah.
But they, I know they had to, they're going to watch it in the replay. So
that's probably right.
Right.
Sven said some great info on that training. Thank you, Alan. Annette says hello. Afternoon, Lori, Rebecca, Metzger, AJ on the call.
Nice.
Denise Longton blacked out on us.
Oh, because somebody tried to call me. The thing about the trainings that I just want to remind everyone is, maybe you don't have a tremendous amount of time. Maybe it is going a little longer than you had budgeted or whatever. So take from it what you can get in the time that you have, and don't worry about it.
Yep, because they stay on the page. That's why we're doing lives on the page. They're on our Facebook page, our group page. They're also on the team YouTube channel.
There you go.
Yeah. You haven't found team YouTube. The reason that we did that was, just as you said, Denise, everybody's schedule's different. Some people live out there on the West Coast still, and so sometimes it's a little early for them. And some people I'm talking to, I'm bringing on a new person today from Portugal, and they're 5 hours ahead. So, right. There's 3 hours ahead, there's 5 hours ahead, and so it's a little late for them. And so, we do the replay so you can start me, stop me, rewind me, shut me up, turn me on, turn me off, whatever you want to do. You can mute me. You can put me on your phone and play me while you're doing yard work.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Whatever you want to do.
Alan, I can put you on and play you while I'm sitting in traffic from Lord knows what. Oh.
Absolutely.
The point is that when you're new, especially, but even when you're not new, we repeat things frequently. Yes. Which is really important, because just because you've heard it before doesn't mean you know it. And just because you know it doesn't mean you're doing it. So at least for me in my entire career, that repetitiveness has always helped me quite significantly.
And so true, Denise, because you think you know something and you've done it in the past. And then you kind of go into a different habit, or things happen and you lose whatever it is, and you hear it again and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you're probably squirreling. You squirreled. And you saw some other great idea and you thought, oh, let me do that. And then you forgot what you were doing. And all of a sudden somebody brings it up and you're like, oh my God, I used to do that. How come I stopped?
Totally.
Yeah.
That's that's exactly right, and so that's what we have to keep in mind. And so just do you, whatever works best for you. And so today I wanted to talk about building during the pandemic. We talked about this a couple of months ago. We've got a lot of new people on, and as we're growing in leaps and bounds, just as you said, the repetition. Denise, yesterday you said, or maybe the day before yesterday, you said, you tell your kids something 150,368 times, and then they come home from school one day and they go, "Mom, you'll never guess what the teacher said."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and all of a sudden,
"Oh,
it's a great idea."
yeah, I told you that before. No, you've never told me that, Mom. I wish you would have told me that. Yeah. And so some of that is tune out. Some of that is, they said it a different way. Sometimes it was a different person saying it. Sometimes it was third party influence. Sometimes you never know. But
sometimes it's when the teacher or when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
That's exactly right. And so with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit about that, because here's the first thing you got to realize is mindset. Is you got to have the right mindset to build during this time. There are because some people think, well, I don't want to talk to them right now because they don't have a job. Oh, so you'd rather talk to them when they have a job than offer them an opportunity to earn income. Yeah. Or am I taking advantage of them during this time of need? No. I can tell you that when I left the restaurant business, went through a divorce, moved to a different city, took what money I had and invested it in a new business, a new industry, and came in on the tail end of it where it was wrong. Timing was bad. And so next thing you know, I'm looking for an opportunity. And so with, 20 some years in the restaurant business and running corporate businesses, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I'll never forget, my brother said, hey, there's a guy that I know who I used to work with, and he's having great success in network marketing. You ought to reach out to him. I think you'd be great at it. Now, this is my brother who's still not involved.
It's always the way.
Is the industry. Yeah.
It's always the way.
So I want you to remember that, because when we talk about follow-up, with people, when you say to that person in the follow-up, you never want to try to tell and sell. If Lisa says, "Hey, I'm not interested," or ignores your post or doesn't follow up on this, you call her when you said you were going to follow up and she doesn't answer the phone. She sees it ringing and she goes, "Oh, it's Alan." And so when you send them a message that says, "Hey, Lisa, I know this isn't a fit for you based on what you said before." I think about that.
Yeah.
So the takeaway is powerful, but at the same time, hey, listen, Lisa, I know this isn't a fit for you based on what you said before. They don't expect to get that. Most network marketers try to tell and sell.
Right.
Which does not work. The more you try to sell them, the more they push back.
Absolutely.
But Lisa, you're a very influential person, so I'm sure there must be some people who are looking for an opportunity during this time. You see, the key to building during this time is addressing the elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and address it. You can address it in several different ways. Hey, during these crazy times, there's a lot of people looking for a way to create some additional income. And they don't have very much to invest, and they got to make money right away.
You know what, Alan, can I just make a comment? I've said this before, but I just want to remind everybody of this, because I even forget it myself sometimes. When you said, "Oh gosh, so-and-so's out of a job," sometimes we think, "Oh, I don't want to take advantage of them." You guys, if you think that, you need to ask yourself some questions. Do you really think it's taking advantage? And if you do, why is that? Because we have something magnificent. It's not taking advantage at all. You're giving them an opportunity to get income. You're giving them an opportunity to improve their health. through some of the best products available on the market. So there is no taking advantage of anything.
Yeah, good point, Denise. And you know what else? That one thing about Touchstones compared to so many other opportunities out there that you get presented, it's such a minimal cost to come on board, if anything, where you can give someone the opportunity to start that isn't going to ding their pocketbook or take advantage of them in that way. And that should just completely free you from being afraid to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Right. So that goes back to the mindset thing. And that comes back to it, just as you said, is your belief in what we have and your belief in the ability to share with someone. And so here's the deal. You know, the average person with Touchstone enrolls about 8 people. 8 people.
Wow. Let's
just say for a second that half of them come in as the Advantage member. You make $125 off each one, right? So how much is that? $500. You just made $500 for bringing in four. Then you bring in the other 4, and they just invest 100 PV. So you make another $100. You just made $600 instant money. And most people bring on those 8 people in their first 30 to 60 days, 30 to 45, really. So, hey, you want to make some, quick money? Some, I don't know about, I need to make some money, or I'm not sure about the investment. Listen, we have people, and see, this is where you say, I get that. I understand. Felt. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And then I found out that this company, unlike others, the average person brings on 8 people in their first 30 to 45 days. And, if you bring in 4 people at the Advantage member, that's $500 in your pocket, or $500. And then you bring in 4 more people, that's the minimum. That's another $100. That's $600 in your pocket in your first 30 to 45 days. And that's get paid weekly. You see, the enrollment bonus is paid weekly. So if you enroll them today, today's Thursday, a week from tomorrow, you get paid. And listen, if you join by the end of the month, you see, now this is a person who says, yeah, and they're interested. So we're kind of jumping ahead here. But listen, if you join by the end of the month, here's what I can do for you. So you got to put a time limit on that. If you join by the end of the month, we can get you free membership. That's going to save you $20. We can get you 5 gift cards worth $50 each. That's $250 value for free.
You know what? I like it said a $250 in gift cards.
Yeah.
Because it sounds better than 5 $50 gift cards, because most people don't do the math in their head.
$250 gift worth valued in gift cards to give away to people. For you to give away. If you enroll by the end of the month, we can get you that. Okay. We're going to also get you free shipping, which is going to save you, at least $20 in shipping. We're going to give you half price on your products on your first order. We're going to give you an onboarding training call with one of our top leaders. They're top leaders. They normally charge about $500 for a training. We're going to get that for you for free. An onboarding call with one of the top leaders. We're going to get you, enrolled in an On the Fat Talk program so you can start earning money right away. And we've got a proven system that this works with. So that's a huge savings. You're looking at about $2,500 in value. $2,500 in value. Oh, by the way, we're also going to give you 5 free samples of CBD to give away, and we're going to give you a free phone app. So when it's all said and done, you're getting somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000 in value if you sign on by the end of the month. And then you just zip your lip and listen.
That's the hardest part.
For some of us, it is. You're right. I get it. But listen, when you get to that point in the conversation, I want everybody to tune in and listen to this. When you get to that point, you're going to get close to $3,000 in value if you sign up by the end of the month, and you zip your lip. you might need to wait for 30 seconds. You might need to wait for 2 minutes for them to speak. And it might be the longest 30 seconds of your life. It seems like 30 minutes. But do not say anything.
Whoever talks first loses.
I say whoever talks first
if it's
wins, because they're going to win by signing up with us. But,
right.
you know.
But
yeah.
if you talk first, you can definitely lose your ground or lose the prospect, because you got to give them time to process.
And you're selling them. You see, you're selling. If you don't give them an opportunity to respond, you're selling. Right. If you're not confident enough just to sit there and wait for them to respond, you're selling. And we don't sell here. We invite, share, enroll, and train. That's it. That's it. So when you've got people who are looking, you want to, you change your mindset, because there's so many people looking right now. I can tell you that I was like, yeah, I'll be glad to talk to him. I had been in direct sales before. I can tell you when the real estate market crash happened, there was a company that the FTC put out of business. Now, the name itself kind of scared me, called Fortune High Tech Marketing. That was the name of it. Some of y'all may remember that company. Okay. And, but here's the deal. Somebody said, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. Well, during the market crash, they would rent out a meeting room in a restaurant, and the restaurant would have to say, hey guys, we're over capacity. We got to do something with these people. Y'all got to get a bigger room. I mean, there'd be lines out the door, people trying to come in and hear how they could make money.
Wow.
So right now is a great time. We have an amazing company. Address the elephant in the room. Hey, during these crazy times, our business is unique. It's really growing. There's a lot of people taking advantage of this opportunity to earn some additional money on a part-time basis that doesn't interfere with what you're currently doing. I just like to know if you're open to taking a look at it. If not, no big deal. See, that part's important. If not, no big deal. And then if they say, no, thanks, I appreciate it, no problem. But I know I hear what you're saying. Obviously, this isn't a fit for you right now. But you're an influential person, and I'm sure that you know some people that would be interested. If so, I'd love to connect with them. You see, by doing that and being professional and posturing up and not selling, number one, then they go, oh, well, they're not going to try to pitch me. I might be able to do this. Oh, they're not the timeshare closer coming in to close me and put pressure on me. I might be able to do this.
Right.
Or they might say, well, I do know a few people, and let me get you a few referrals. And then because now they're comfortable with telling you about their friends, and then you're going to address that with them. And then then what happens is, how many times, Lisa and Denise, and I know it's 11:18, Denise, and I'm going to finish with this. How many times have you had somebody tell you no, and then they come back later and say, hey, let's take a look at that again. And they come on board.
Using that word sophistication and class with this company just really makes us stand out over the others. And if we can keep that attitude, keep kind of sharing that and remembering that, it's going to make people want to be part of it and be open to hearing from you versus the used car salesman. I don't mean to be that way, but for anybody watching that sells cars, I know
the quintessential sales, like stereotypical salesperson.
I mean, I even feel that way with real estate sometimes, where it's like, gosh, I'm a real estate agent. What made me uncomfortable is you're constantly feeling like the next person is the person that you want to get that sale from, and it's driven by commission breath rather than you've truly got a gift to share with people. And that's where we come from, I feel, with Touchstone. So
yeah.
I agree.
Those two words are powerful words.
Yeah. Don't get me on real estate agents right now, because right now it's a seller's market, and these people are arrogant and cocky, and it's comical.
Yeah. And on that note, here's just a funny story. My daughter showed a property, and the her clients want to make an offer. They had 18 offers. When do you have that going on? So that there's just, there's
It's
a lot of
wild out there.
Well, so for somebody that says, "Hey, people aren't buying right now,"
Fine. That's right.
they
Seriously.
are buying. Number one.
Look what we just bought. I mean, seriously, people are buying right now.
You know what? In this industry, quickly before we go, I'm just going to say I've heard that in many different businesses that I've been in. You know, I've had people say, well, people aren't just buying right now. People don't really have extra money right now. People always have enough to buy. People are always buying. They're just more particular sometimes about what they're spending their money on. So it's the value of what they're getting
Right.
is, you know.
For sure. For sure.
That's right. I've got a lady who contacted me from California. Not this lady, but another lady. And she's looking at moving here to the beach, Lisa, believe it or not.
Wow.
And so she said, I want to be waterfront and my budget's $900. And I said, I really don't know what you're going to find waterfront for $900. If anything, it'll definitely be a fixer-upper. And by the time you're all in. And so, because I said, what's your budget? And I don't do real estate, but they're part of our team, our Touchstone team, you know. And because y'all know I don't list real estate, but I said, hey, I'll be glad to help you and point you and refer you. And she said her budget was $900. Well, I've got a friend of mine who has a home waterfront on 3 acres who wants out. He's done. He's like, I want to retire. This is too much. It's too much property. It's too much house. My kids are grown. They're out. This house will appraise for 1.5. He said, I don't know if you know somebody wants it because he just lost his dock again for the third time in 3 years. He's like, if you want somebody who wants it 1.1, they can have it. I'll walk out. So I sent this person pictures of the house and said, here you go, 1.1. They're like, oh my gosh, that's a great deal. I think we want to fly out and look at it. Now that's, how much is that? $200,000 more than they said their budget was.
Right. Well,
$200,000.
when you guys can get money, when you can get a mortgage for 2.6%, just saying. All right. So there is money to be spent, and we do need to remain classy, sophisticated, and share from the heart and go share.
Perfect.
That's the key. Share, and then share some more, and then fill out your tracker. You didn't think I'd get to that, did you? But I did. I pulled it out of my back pocket and put it on the screen.
I like it.
Love you guys and gals. Take care.
Have a great day, everybody.
day.
Okay.
See ya.